I mean, this is what, if modernism is worth anything, then it should carry us to a sense of the fragileness of knowing. You know, there are no Platonic archetypes. Gödel showed that simple arithmetic is fraught with uncertainty. Things that we thought were so writ in adamantine that they could never be questioned, like the second law of thermodynamics, turns out to be written in sand. It's just somebody's opinion. It applies locally in some cases, sometimes. So the way to live with a mind in the world, with a human mind in the world, is not to believe things. That's childish. It's undignified. The thing to do is to build models and to call them that. Call it model building. And why? Because the implication is, if you exceed your model, or if the thing you're studying has dimensions your model can't encompass, throw the model out. You don't round up everybody who's against the model and send them to the wall because God revealed the model. This would be the usual method of acting. No, then you have provisional, ever-changing relationships to the world. Another way of thinking about this is that what ideology tries to do is create closure. There's something in the human mind. We want to finish the crossword puzzle. We want the good guys to win. We want the equinox to happen against the same pattern of fixed stars. In other words, we want order. Worse than that, we want narrative. But this again is childish. The world is not a bedtime story. It is not a narrative. It does not have white hats and black hats. And so part of this growing up thing, or growing beyond culture, or de-neotenizing one's psyche, is to accept lack of closure. You know, that it doesn't come to an end. It never makes sense. There is never the moment of resolution. We want it. We want it. We deserve it. But it ain't in the cards. Everything always transmutes itself and opens up new avenues of possibility. So learning to live without closure. And I think this is very hard for people, you know. I think, and a lot of decent impulses serve this and tend to make people more neurotic. For example, relationship anxiety. People want stable relationships. Well, they might as well wish for a silent ocean, you know. All wishing for stable relationships brings you is further anxiety about your obviously unstable relationship. People want answers. You know, say, well, I believe this and that. I believe in reincarnation. So then that settles it. That means you don't believe in a whole bunch of other things.
So
but
you find the security.
Yes, it makes the world so simple. But you can make the world so simple, you can just tile over every open question with a dogmatic position. And then when you've entirely done this, you're so ossified, we can just toss you in a hole and bury you. And you will then have achieved this closure that you were so frantic to create in life. That's that wonderful line from the movie HUD where he says, the only peace you ever know is when they lower the box. Well, you might as well get used to that. And if that's your idea of where you want to go, well, I don't know. It's not my idea of where I want to go. You know that place in Andrew Marvell's poem to his coy mistress, where he says, the grave's a lovely private place, but none do there, I think, embrace. Always at my back I hear Time's winged chariot hurrying near, so get your bloomers off and get over here. A paraphrase, admitted, but that was thought. Yeah, living with lack of closure. And, I've been trying to do this, and it's an acquired taste. It's not easy, but it's sort of like eating bran muffins once a day, or doing your calisthenics or something. It's a healthy thing to do, which takes an effort. And, I recommend it simply because I think it makes it easier to laugh, to groove with what's going on. I mean, things become much more comical once you have totally rejected culture, and then you just see what a crazy game it is, and watch ordinary people with the fascination you normally reserve for television sitcoms. I mean, they are living television sitcoms. They're acting out Seinfeld for you better than Seinfeld ever could. The conversations in the baths are a good place to begin. I mean, how people deliver these lines with a straight face, I do not know, but I thank them for it. How do I deliver my lines with a straight face? I don't know either.